Hello, Kelly.
Hi Millie, thank you for taking my call. How are you going?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks, Kelly. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad at all. Look, the reason for the call is that I've noticed, I was looking at your ledger today and I've noticed that there's been a little bit going on just recently, and it looks as if you are 1 week in arrears for your rental payments. And I know that you're fully aware that your obligations are to pay your rent in full when it's due every single time. Otherwise, that is a breach of your tenancy agreement. So I'm giving you a quick call because we definitely need to discuss this to make sure that we can solve it and move on for you and the owner, of course.
Yeah, no problem at all. I understand that. Yeah, things have changed a little bit at work. My hours are not as many as they used to be, and I missed a couple there. But then I think what I did was I paid 2 weeks of rent to
That's
try and
right.
catch up, but then I think I'm behind on 1 week. Is that right? Is it?
That's exactly.
Yeah, I think that's. I'm just trying to make it all happen, but it's
Okay.
quite difficult with the hours that I'm doing. So I'm a little bit concerned, but
Is that something that's going to be ongoing, do you
I
think?
think so for now. But I'm looking at other options as well. So hopefully. So if it hopefully doesn't go on for too long, like, is that a problem? Like, where do I stand if I'm just unable to pay it?
Well, this is, partly the reason for the call, and those are good questions. So essentially, as of today, you are 7 days behind, and what that means is we would issue you with a breach notice. It's called a Form 11, and once we issue you with that, you're going to have 7 days to pay that outstanding amount, and then of course you've got your normal rent to continue to pay.
Yeah.
So this isn't something that we can actually ignore, and I'm sorry to hear that that's happened to you. And no one likes being under pressure, but this is what it is, and you are 7 days behind, and we are going to have to issue that notice.
Okay.
All right, so you'll be receiving that by email. So in terms of
Paying it off, are there any options? Like, can I pay maybe a little bit here and there, or how?
So in what I would obviously need to issue that notice anyway to you. I can't stop that, but in terms of a payment plan, is that what you're asking?
Something like that.
Yeah. Right. So normally speaking, what people do that are in a situation like this, and these arrears are contained, we're talking about 1 week. Do you think you'll be able to make normal rent the following week?
I think so, yes. It's just the one that's outstanding, if I
see.
can do something there.
Right, and so that I can talk to the owner with some absolutes, if you were to pay normal rent going forward, how long would it take you? How much can you afford to pay off each week?
Can we maybe do like $50 on top of normal rent each week? So what's that? That's going to be another 5 weeks.
5 weeks to clear.
Yeah.
It's something I can definitely take to the owner,
Okay.
so that we can have a chat about that. I don't know until I speak with them, but that's a reasonable amount to be paying off weekly, and that chops that off in 5 weeks. So it's definitely doable, but if the owner agrees to it, it's something you also need to stick with.
Yes, I understand that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And in terms of if we don't reach any type of agreement and we issue this notice, you've actually only got 7 days to pay the full outstanding amount.
Oh, right, okay.
And if that expires and your rent is unpaid, then we have to issue you with a notice to leave, which is a Form 12, and you've got 7 days to move out at that point.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, can we just find out if that's going to be okay?
In terms of the paying off, absolutely, I will do that for you.
And then we'll take it from there.
Yeah, and
in the meantime, I'll try and make a plan. Yeah.
Absolutely, and I'll be back in touch with you later today because it's important that everyone knows exactly what's happening and when it's happening.
Okay.
And you'll get that breach notice. And the final thing I do need to mention as well is what happens if you were to not pay and not to move out of the property once a Form 12 had been given to you, which is a notice to leave. That's when we make an urgent application to QCAT to end your tenancy. And I know it's not going to get there, but I really like people to understand the full process. All right.
No, I understand that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for being so reasonable. We have a plan that we need to go to the owner to see what their thoughts are, because they have their situation too.
Okay.
All right. And I'll be back in touch with you later today, and then just expect that breach notice for rent arrears in your inbox later on today.
Okay. All right, no
Milly.
problem. Thanks,
Okay,
Milly.
well, you take care.
All right,
Bye-bye.
bye.